guys, so today's vlog is probably going to be mostly about my pet peeve right now, about my customers at work. I'm a cashier. I'm not going to tell you where, just know it's not at Walmart, it's not at Target. Um, but I am going to tell you that there is a lot of stuff that happens everywhere that you guys probably don't know about, and you probably think it's just normal and that, we should probably just do our job better, but it's actually not our fault most of the time. But we have this whole thing, the customer's right, so we just kind of deal with it. The first thing I would like to talk to you guys about is your basket or your cart. If you have one of those little handheld baskets, empty it out. Okay? It saves me a lot of time and it saves your other cashiers a lot of time if you would just empty them out instead of us having to dump them out. Okay, and then it just looks really like Neanderthal if we just take the basket and we just dump it out. We're like manhandling your groceries and stuff. We don't want to do that. So just be nice and empty your cart. Your basket. Now, your cart. If you have a whole bunch of stuff in your cart and you don't put it on the rotator belt, we have little rotator belts, not like the little regular belt that just goes straight. Ours actually turns. It's kind of cool. So if you don't put it on the rotator belt and you just leave it in your basket, I'm not bagging your groceries. We do not have to bag your groceries if you leave it in the basket or cart. And if you want your stuff bagged, put it on the rotator belt. And don't complain about it saying, "Oh, I need my stuff bagged." Well, then I'm just going to retort and tell you that you need to put it on the rotator belt. Also, if you only have like a few bags and you still bring a basket up here and you don't put it back, I'm going to glare at you while you walk out. Take the time. If you're going to take the basket, if you just have one thing and you're going to use a basket, put the basket back. It's not that hard. Saves me a lot of time, saves my customers also a lot of time because I don't have to take the time to put it back. You can just put it back yourself. The next topic I'm going to talk about is change. If you're just let's say you have 93 cents. Your total is 93 cents. That's fine if you pay me in that. I don't care. It's when you have $20 and you're going to pay me in those $20 and it's going to be dimes or pennies or nickels. I'm going to send you over to the Coinstar machine because I don't have time to count that and my customers don't want to wait because you have to count your change. So just limit the change that you have, okay? It's going to make everybody's day a lot better. The next thing I'm going to talk about is my mood. If I don't have a smile on my face, it does not mean that I'm in a bad mood. So don't tell me that I need to smile. Don't tell me that I'm in a bad mood. Don't ask me if I'm in a bad mood because it's just probably going to put me in a bad mood. If I'm not smiling, it's probably because I just don't feel like smiling to you. You're just not worth my smile. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the express lane. Heavy on the express. If the sign says 15 items or less, and you have more than 15 items, and I'm on that register, I will send you away. Don't think it's just because I'm lazy. It's because I've had way too many customers complain about waiting because some guy has over 100 items and they have to wait in an express lane. Yes, it's happened. Other customers have complained about another customer having too many items. So, it's fine if I don't have anybody in my register and there's nobody behind me or behind you and you want to go through the express lane because every other line is full. That's fine. I'll take you. I don't care. It's just if you have a whole bunch of stuff and then there's other customers behind you and I have more customers coming and I can tell that I'm going to have more customers coming, I will send you away. So please do not get an attitude if your cashier sends you away because you have more than 15 items. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the language barrier. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live, but just know it's where I live, it's mostly Spanish speakers. I'm clearly white, red hair, and freckles. There's really a slim chance that I'm going to know Spanish. So if you're going to come up to me and you're going to just automatically talk in Spanish to me, and I'm just going to look at you. I have no idea what you're saying, and if I tell you what, then that clearly means I don't speak Spanish. So if you repeat it to me in Spanish, I'm just going to look at you and keep going until you realize I don't speak Spanish. So if you're all talking to me and I'm like, "What?" and then you talk to me again in Spanish, I'm just going to keep on saying "what" until you realize that, hey, she's white, she doesn't speak Spanish. Now, granted, there are a lot of white people out there who do speak Spanish. I'm just not one of them. I do not speak it. I mean, I know a couple of words, but I am not going to have a full-on conversation with you in Spanish. Also, don't get mad at me because I don't speak Spanish. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not going to get mad at you because you speak English or you speak Spanish or you speak, Japanese or Chinese or whatever, French, Italian, anything. I'm going to try my best to understand what you're saying, and if I need a translator, then I'm going to call somebody to help me translate. Just don't get mad at me because I don't speak Spanish, and don't tell me I need to learn Spanish, because that will just set me off. If you tell me that I need to learn Spanish, there's a problem there. Another thing we're going to talk about is dividers. I don't really know the correct term for them, so I'm just going to call them dividers. You have a couple of things. Put a divider down. After you're finished putting your stuff down, put a divider down, because it's just a lot easier if we're really busy and you don't put the divider down. I'm just going to keep scanning the items, and if it's not yours, then that's your fault, because you didn't tell me or you didn't put the divider down. It's not that hard. You reach over, you put it down. I'm not asking you to go climb a ladder and jump off a building and then land on a trampoline and do a somersault. Put the divider down. That way I don't have to keep voiding off items because you were too unaware to tell me that, hey, that's the end of my stuff. Okay. Alcohol is our next topic. If you touch beer, wine, anything that has alcohol in it and then ask for an ID, I'm going to ask everybody who's in that group for their ID. I'm not going to be losing my job because somebody didn't have their ID. Okay? Pretty simple. Don't get mad because I ask for your ID. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you look. If I think that you look younger than 18, I'm asking for your ID. Or if I think you look older, if you look younger than 21, I'm going to ask you for your ID. Don't argue with me, and just because you left it in the car or you don't have it and you touch it, I'm not selling it to you. So don't get mad at me because I'm not selling it to you. I'm not losing my job just so you can get drunk. The next thing we're going to talk about is arguing with me. If you're going to argue with me, the slim chances of you winning is very slim because I know how to do my job. I'm pretty good at my job. I've been there for a very long time. I know what I'm doing when it comes to my job. So if, there's a price, if there says it's $1 or something, and we have this thing at my store where we have this mix and match. If you buy 8 things, you're going to get $4 off. So if you don't buy the 8 things, it's not going to be the price that it's advertised for. It's going to be the regular price. So if you argue with me telling me it's that price, and I tell you it's part of the mix and match, don't argue with me telling me that that's stupid or that's unfair or that I need to change that or put it advertised everywhere. It's advertised all over the store. I'm just saying. Okay, now these next few ones are just really simple, small ones. Your hygiene. If you smell like butt, I'm going to be getting you out of there as fast as possible, and I will not be talking to you because I will be holding my breath. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. If you don't want to take a shower, fine. That's your little hygienic issue that you have. But at least before you go into a store, spray yourself with like perfume or cologne so you smell decent. Also, bad breath. If you have bad breath, I'm going to be turning away and kind of just going, ugh. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. It's very unsanitary. Yeah. Another thing that's just kind of random that I didn't make a card for, which there's probably more topics that I just thought of right now that I'm going to be talking about that I didn't make a card for. If you put your money inside your shirt, ladies, and if you take it out and it's all nasty and sweaty and wet, I'm not taking your money. That's disgusting. That is gross. I don't think you want to be taking my money if I pull it out of my chest and just give it to you and it's all nasty and sweaty and wet. Boob sweat's not really one of my big things up there. I'm not a fan of it. So at least keep a wallet or put it in your pocket, okay? If you don't have pockets, hold it in your hand. Or give it to somebody that they can hold it for you. Okay? Trash. This isn't really a big topic to me because if you have trash, I don't mind throwing it away. But I had this lady a couple of days. She was like, 28, late 20s, early 30s. She pulled a junior high school move, and she took her gum and she stuck it under the little place where you write your checks. Really? That was the most nastiest thing I've ever seen an adult do. That was just gross. I was like, why are you going to do that? Do you want me going to your house and putting gum underneath your counter? I don't think you do. So, if you want me to throw something away like a nasty Kleenex or your gum or something, I'm not doing that. Unused food, that's gross. I'm not touching your nasty stuff that's been in your mouth. I don't know what's been in your mouth. I don't know how clean your mouth is. I'm not touching it. Now, if you have trash, like, just like a grocery list you don't want anymore or an empty bottle, like a water bottle or whatever, I don't mind throwing that away. It's just the really nasty stuff that I'm not going to be doing. Your cell phone. Mine, my little Avenger cell phone. It was upside down, I'm sorry. If I'm trying to talk to you about something and you're not paying attention to what I scan, and because you're too busy on like texting on your cell phone, so you're not looking up at the screen or anything, or you're on your phone talking, and then there's a problem afterwards with your order, I'm sending you to the customer service desk because it was your responsibility to be watching how much your items scan for. Okay? Alright. What else is there? I think that's about it for today. I think I just did all my ranting about my pet peeves and stuff. No cashiering. So yeah, just remember, just be nice to your cashier. Don't do anything stupid. Be nice. Be respectful. Because remember, we are handling your food. So, I mean, it's not like, Sonic or Burger King or McDonald's or anything, but we're still touching your food. And we're also sacking your food for you, too. So if we don't like you, we're probably going to be giving you really heavy bags, or we're going to probably put breakable items in with, stuff that could probably break it. So just be nice, and try not to argue too much, because we do know what we're doing, and if, you're going to come at us and argue with us and telling us that we don't know what we're doing, then how about you hop over on the register and you start scanning and you start bagging for us. That way we can just kind of look back and laugh at you because you have no idea what you're doing. So, yeah, just remember that. And I think we'll be okay. I think you and your cashiers are going to have a very nice experience if you just kind of follow what I just said, like don't do this and don't do that. And alright, thanks, bye!